suppose one to Mickey. Can you explain the reason for Usman's omission today?
Yeah, okay. Coming into the game, Usman and Steve were each going to have one opportunity. That was how we spoke about it when we selected the squad. Unfortunately, Uzi's he got run out at the MCG, and then coming to Adelaide, we wanted Steve to bowl. We thought we were a little bit flat through the trying to get those remaining 10 overs in Melbourne. We thought Steve Smith, with his ability to bowl leg spin, would potentially get us through those overs a little bit easier.
George, how much did the toss, do you think, play in the result of this match?
I'd be disappointed if that was the boys were using that as an excuse. There's no doubt that it did a little bit, but as you would expect from a wicket that had been under cover all morning. So I think what we had to do was assess that really quickly and then adapt. And I don't think we probably did that quick enough. Still some, an adjustment of, righto, this might not be a 270 wicket, it might be a 220 wicket, and actually go about building the partnership. And I guess that's what Sri Lanka did very, very well. I think the wicket did improve a little bit, but it still wasn't easy, and they adapted, and they were patient, and they waited for balls in their area. And that was a challenge for our batting group. I thought Hads did it pretty well, but he was probably on his lonesome.
Another bad run out. Is there an issue with this Australian squad?
Only if you want to make it an issue. I mean, it's not. There's been run-outs ever since the game started. It's one-day cricket. There's an odd run-out. You can make it an issue if you want to. I don't think there's too much of an issue. I think it's something that you're always continuing to work on. But it's just a pretty normal mix-up today, I think.
George, how did you feel the lack of experience in your bowling attack, just when you're looking to someone to throw the ball to, I suppose, to get a breakthrough after they kept wickets in hand, I suppose?
I was looking for something a little different, which I think we had. I thought Cutsy gave us a fair bit when he came back for his spells through the middle, so that was nice to see. Promising for him. I thought Kane was good until he was banned, but I think there's enough there for them in terms of providing an opportunity, a wicket for us. We had options. It was just a matter of getting that breakthrough and getting us onto a bit of a roll, and we never did. My one criticism of the bowlers, I guess, I thought we were just a touch short with the new ball. But I think if we were going to ever win that game with 170 on the board, I think we needed to take 3 or 4 early wickets. And I think we were just a touch short. Maybe needed to see us get driven a couple of times in doing so. But I can't really fault the bowlers too much. I mean, it was a nice batting wicket, and we didn't have enough on the board. Not necessarily. I mean, not disappointing to have the injuries to the bowlers, to the Mitches. There's no. I mean, they're quality bowlers, obviously. So it's nice to have those in your side. And I guess back to your point, Chloe, that they do provide that real bit of gas through the middle too. So you've got the bit of pace. I mean, the 2 boys we brought in, they're not slow, but they just provide a little something different. So it would have been nice to have them there. But in terms of the change, the other change was just really smudger for Uzi, and I was aware that was going to happen.
Mickey, how's Brad's hamstring?
Brad will be assessed tomorrow. He has got a slight hamstring strain, so he'll be assessed tomorrow, and then we'll know how bad it is.
First feelings about it? I mean, he went off the ground, so it doesn't look good.
Yeah, look, disappointing. It's another guy injured, so it is disappointing, and for George as well, because he loses quite a lot of experience out on the ground. And when Hads was selected, it was to bring back a lot of that experience. So it was disappointing for George to lose that, and certainly disappointing for the team, because I thought Hads acquitted himself really well in these 2 games and played and showed his experience.
There's a new squad selection tomorrow. How many changes do you expect to be made?
Well, tomorrow definitely Clark, Warner and Wade come back. The squad will be announced early, so I'm obviously not at liberty to tell you. Those guys definitely come back. And then, I guess you guys will get to see it tomorrow morning, but those 3 guys definitely come back.
Do you need...
How far away, Shane?
Hopefully, Shane could be available for that round of Shield cricket on the 24th, and certainly the two 2020 games. So depending on how he's tracking, he's not that far away either.
Mickey, how do you sort of respond to the feeling of confusion, I suppose, around the squad with guys coming in? And I know the two Mitches had niggles, but yeah, I suppose there's just this feeling that that you don't there's no clear idea of who the best attack is or the best team is at the moment. We're
very clear on who the best team is, on who the best attack is. You know, so I guess I've been really annoyed and frustrated by some of the articles that have been going around because, you know, for me it's common sense. Common sense prevails when we pick teams. We certainly don't pick teams not to win any cricket games for Australia. Every time we pick a team, we pick giving guys opportunities, and we're picking what we think is the best side possible to go out and do the job and to go and win. So it's either very naive or just you know, a little bit stubborn that people don't understand what we're doing. It's you know, I often use the example I've used is Black Caviar. You know, when he goes and runs a horse race, if they don't feel is 100% right, they don't release him. You know, we've done that with our bowlers, and over the year we've had 3 examples of quick bowlers basically rested, and that's all. It's 3: Ryan Harris in the West Indies, Mitchell Starc in Boxing Day, and Peter Siddle at Perth. That's the only time we have rested quick bowlers, and we've done that simply because we think they're at risk. You know, we want to play our guys all the time. With the amount of cricket we play these days, it's impossible to keep the guys on the park in every single game. So we would not have a quick bowler at risk. You know, if you take Mitchell Starc over the Boxing Day Test match, the information we got was that he was at risk. Then it's up to us, and purely the constant thought that sports scientists are picking the team is so far away off the mark, it's frightening. They give us information. The information is then left up to us to make that decision. Michael, myself, and the selector on duty make that decision based on information that we're given. When we get that information, we will see if that information holds up, and if we think that it's not worth the risk. We've thought of 3 instances where it hasn't been worth the risk. Mitchell Starc plays in all 3 forms of the game. He had an ankle impingement. He's got spurs that are going to require an operation at some stage. We're hoping that will be a year down the line, but at some stage it's going to give in. There was no point in us playing him in a Boxing Day Test match and risk losing him for the one-day series and then losing him for a tour of India. That would have been plain stupid. So whenever we make those decisions, we make those decisions with a lot of thought and a lot of thought into how we're going to use that quick bowler and when we're going to use that quick bowler. So I really wanted to get that out and put that on record because I'm sick and tired of talking about it, and I'm certainly sick and tired of seeing some of the articles that are going around in the media at the moment.
So is Mitch Starc, is he bowling in pain when he bowls now because of his ankle?
Yeah, he's bowling in pain. Yes, he is. Yes, every time he bowls in pain, but that's part and parcel of being a quick bowler. You're going to bowl in pain all the time. And he's handling it really well. You know, somewhere down the line we're going to have to look for a gap for him to go and have those spurs removed. But you know, we're hoping we can get him through India. We're hoping we can get him through an England tour, and then maybe look at a gap and have it done.
But the calf's a separate problem.
The calf is a separate problem. He came off the park on Friday night, and there was an issue with his calf. His calf was pretty painful. We thought we'll go and have it scanned. We 1-0 up in the series. It's pointless risking him again with what we had. He had it scanned. The scan showed nothing, which was great. He rested up. He'll join the rest of the squad on Tuesday night in Brisbane, and he'll be available to play on Friday, as will Mitchell Johnson. Mitchell Johnson has a slight side strain, or I'm not sure if it's a strain or what it is, but he's got some pain in the side, which started in the Sydney Test match. We played him through that Sydney Test match. He bowled through it. He bowled through the one-dayer. It flared up a little bit there again, and again, same situation for him. We thought it's just not, we were 1-0 up in the series, it's not worth the risk. He will be available again. It's all settled down. He's been scanned. He'll be available again and bowling flat out come Friday night in Brisbane. So it was a safety first issue. If it was a semi-final of the World Cup, they both would have played tonight. It wasn't the semi-final of the World Cup.